tell you who I am. My name is Ade, auditor. Been doing this for 20 years. Yes, it's been 20 years. I started fresh while I was in college. Started as an intern, worked my way up to be an auditor. So I've been doing this for 20 years. If you see the grades is coming in, the grades is coming in. Um, as an auditor, you have to travel a lot. And right now, for my job, I've been traveling a lot. So during this live stream, I will be interacting with the chat, and I also will be just discussing how it's like traveling during the government shutdown. And let me tell you, it's been crazy. But I will be giving tips because you guys know, watch my short videos, see some of my live streams, just in my job day to day. I'm naturally a teacher. I'm always teaching. Things are always lesson learned. You can always learn from every experience. So what I'm doing as an auditor, and like I say, we're all auditors. I'm going to give you guys lessons learned and tips that you could use if you're an auditor, if you have to travel for work, or if you just have to travel in general. Right now, during this economy, traveling during this time, traveling with these government shutdowns, it's been hectic in the airport. So we're gonna go ahead and start it off right now. I'm just going to my laptop. So I have my laptop right here just to check to see if everything is good. And we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. Make sure you share this page out, share this video out. Let's continue to grow. Let's grow this community. Let's grow this community of auditors, of just regular employees, just people who try to make money. We could all grow. I love YouTube. I love the BS on YouTube. I love the sports on YouTube. I love the drama on YouTube. But also too, love to make money off of YouTube. Make money learning. So that's the purpose of this channel. It's just to give you a little bit of everything from an auditing perspective. So let's go. So the first tip that I'm going to give to auditors and just employees in general who have to work for their job was good. Jeffrey was good. First person. Make sure you share this page out, like the video. Let's continue to grow the algorithm. The first thing that I'm going to give you, it was good. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to give you guys the tips. And the first tip that I'm going to give you guys as an auditor is pre-audit preparation. You always want to do some sort of background before you go on travel for work. I don't care if you're an auditor, I don't care whatever you do. Even if you're going on travel with your family, you always want to make sure that you are doing you always want to make sure that you're doing some sort of preparation. So me as an auditor, the way that I prepare is usually I contact the company, get in contact with them, see what's around there. And I also like to talk to the employees. So you always want to do some sort of preparation before you go anywhere, especially in this time, right now in 2025, with the government shutdown. You definitely want to make sure you research the area because honestly, I've been on travel a couple of times this month. I mean, within the last month, and it's been crazy. First time I went on travel during the government shutdown, I had a 4 hour delay. So mind you, I'm based out of Washington, D.C. So from D.C. and right here where I'm at, I'm in Boston. Last month I was in Maine. D.C. to Maine is a 1 hour flight. 1 hour flight, mind you. But but let me tell you something. 1 hour flight from DC to Maine, it took me 4 hours, no, 6 hours. You know why it took me 6 hours? Because of this government shutdown. Airport just continue to have delays. There are a lot of cancellations. So that's a part of your pre-audit. That's a part of your preparation before you going on travel. It's just to see what's going on. You always want to make sure that you stay alert, especially with alerts with the airport. So when I went to Rhode Island, Rhode Island, Providence last month, 1 hour flight delayed 4 hours. I called it a later flight. See, me as an auditor, as someone who loves to make money, as someone who works all the time, I travel on a Sunday. My work day started on a Monday. But guess what? That Sunday was my daughter's birthday. So usually when I go on travel, I like to go to my site early, get to the airport early, be one of the first flights. But guess what happened? I called a later flight because it was my daughter's birthday. And with that being said, that later flight has so many delays. Mind you, like I said, you want to be prepared. You want to have preparation. So with that being said, having that preparation, I downloaded the Southwest app. With downloading that Southwest app, I was getting alerts. Delayed on time, delayed on time, delayed on time. And I don't know. With me, when it comes to going on travel, let's say you have a 5 o'clock flight, but then you get an alert at 1 p.m. saying that the flight is delayed. I still like to act as if I'm catching that 5 o'clock flight because you never know. With these flights and with this government shutdown and the airports just not having enough employees, flights are being delayed all the time. And if you're in the chat, leave type in the chat and let me know your experiences. But I had a 5 o'clock flight to from DC to Rhode Island, Maine. Mind you, it's a 1 hour flight, but I was delayed 4 hours. So let's say this: if you have a 5 o'clock flight and you get a message from the airline saying that the flight is delayed, I would still get to the airport like at 3, maybe even 4 o'clock. Because what happens is with this government shutdown, like I'm gonna continue to say throughout this video, the flights go back and forth. They go back and forth. It's on time, it's off time. It's on time, it's off time. And what happened with me was I actually had a flight at 8:30 p.m. and the flight was delayed to about 2:12. So I had a 4 hour delay. But that's what you're going to experience right now, especially in this time. So you always want to make sure that you prepare in advance. And as an auditor who has to go on travel all the time, I try to stay on top of it. I try to stay on top of the app, but you're going to be stressed out because you just never know, especially with this time. Second thing that you should know around this time when you're going on travel is an audit kit. An audit kit for me, and an audit kit. All right, let me tell you guys something. My saying is that we're all auditors. So I'm giving you tips from an auditing perspective because I travel for work all the time. But even if you have to travel for work on your personal life, like it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. If you have to travel for work, for personal, business, or just whatever, you should always have an audit kit. And to me, an audit kit is portable chargers, regular chargers, laptops, notepads, and books too. Like you need all of those type of things. Like a portable charger is a must. Make sure that you charge your portable charger too, and you should have about one or two, especially if you're traveling with people. If you got your if you got work phone, keep it charged. Your work laptop, your personal laptop. When I go on travel for business, I always bring my personal laptop because you don't want to do personal things on your work laptop. So always try to make sure that you bring your own personal laptop or tablet. Also, too, make sure you have your chargers. You never want to get stuck at no airport. Like I keep telling you guys, the government shutdown had me stuck at the airport for 4 hours. A 4 hour delay for a 1 hour flight. So you always want to make sure that you have your charger, your portable charger, and make sure everything is charged. Also, too, as an auditor, you want to make sure that Alonzo was good. One of the first people that followed me, man. I'm definitely back on IG. Not IG, on YouTube. I've been on IG. If you're on IG, follow my IG. My IG is ADE0224. Covered a lot of basketball in the DMV area. Like I said, so you want to have your portable charger, your personal charger, your laptop. Also, too, as an auditor, we have to scan documents. So you always want to make sure that you have your scanners. And that's also a part of your pre-audit process. And also, too, you want to have your ID. So many auditors, especially new auditors, they might bring their personal ID, but forget their work ID. Certain agencies that you go and audit, they won't let you on the campus. They won't let you in the building unless you have that work ID. As for me, I just left a work site where They would have let me on unless they seen the company that I work for, unless they seen that ID. So make sure that you have your ID all the time. Let me go ahead and add a sticker real quick. Have you been on travel during this government shutdown? Have you been on travel during the government shutdown? Like, let me just put during the shutdown. Like, this shutdown got airports going crazy. Also, too, I've been going on a lot of travel, and let me put that right there. Can I move it? I hope that's not covered. Let me make sure. Um, Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, let me go ahead and start the Q&A. Is that thing blocking my face? I can't tell. Not sure, but yeah, answer the question. Let's continue to grow the algorithm. Like I said, I love the BS on YouTube. I love the I love entertainment on YouTube. But also too, we got to get the business. We got to make this money. Nobody's job is safe. Between AI, government shutdown, contractors, like where I'm from, a lot of people either work for the government, have a government contract, someone is affected by this government shutdown. So we got to come on YouTube and let's build a community. Let's continue to network and let's continue to grow. Like I said, like I was saying, I forgot what I was saying, but like I said, you want to make sure that you have your audit kit, portable chargers, personal laptop, work laptop, scanners, and don't forget your work ID. Have your personal ID, have your work ID, because a lot of these agencies, they will not let you in their building, even if you've been talking to them. Like, let's say like you and Tom been talking for months before you get to their office. You get to their office without your ID, they won't let you into the building. Now you having issues. Now you got to go back home. Or now you have to go ahead and contact your home office to figure out what can you do. So you never want to be that employee who messes up by making little small mistakes. And I have seen auditors make the mistake of not having their work ID, even though they're on travel. You never want to, like when it comes to work as an auditor, you want to, I'm going to let you guys know right now, it's going to be the hardest that you worked. Promise you that. It's going to be the hardest that you worked. All right, so first one is pre-audit process preparation. Second one is audit kit, chargers, things of that nature. Third thing that I'm gonna give you guys is to document everything. Like I'm gonna continue to say, we're living in rough times. The government shutdown is affecting all of us. So you want to make sure you document and get back to the document everything that you're going through. So me going on travel, my flight was 4 hours delayed. 4 hours delayed. So I had to let my supervisor know, like, hey, I finally made it down here, but my flight was 4 hours delayed. Even with my flight was at 8:30 p.m. We didn't start flying until about 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. I didn't get to my hotel until 2 a.m. Mind you, I had to work the next morning at 7 a.m. Guess what happened? I slept in. I love my job. I love my agency, but I got to get my sleep. I'm good to no one if I don't have any sleep. So I had to document and let the team know that, hey, I got in at 2 a.m. I'm going to sleep in. When I wake up, I'll meet you guys at the site to get to work. So you always want to make sure you get in the process of, get in the process of documenting everything that's going on. Just documenting. You have your notepads, you have your notepads, whatever you got going on, let people know. All right. Fourth thing is communication with the home office. Like I just told you guys, you want to document everything that that happened to you during your travel, especially with this government shutdown and the delays. But you also want to communicate with your home office and your team. Let your supervisor know. Like right now, I'm in Boston. Hey, Alonzo, aren't you from Boston? I'm in Boston area. I'm in Marlboro, Boston for work. Finished a little early. I said, let me go ahead, come into YouTube and teach. Um, yeah, so you want to communicate with your home office. Let them know what you got going on, how everything is going. Let them know, like I told you guys, I had delays. I had to let them know, like, yo, oh, you in Connecticut. Okay, okay. Well, shout out to you. I've been to Connecticut for work too. If I ever come back, I will be hitting you up, man. I'm all about networking and politicking and just growing. Um, so as I was saying, you always want to communicate with your home office and let them know what you got going on, how things are going, if you're having any issues, things of that nature. Your supervisor is going to love you, the team is going to love you, and it's going to be an easier process. So usually after an audit, you always want to make sure that well, after any audit that I do, especially when I'm off site and I'm going somewhere, I got to do a post trip memo. I will be doing a live stream about that. Like I said, this channel is usually about shorts. I'm switching it up, going live, trying to grow the audience, let you guys get to know me a little bit better. But you always want to make sure you communicate with your team, communicate with the home office, so everybody can know what's going on. Like I told you guys right before this, my flight was delayed. I let the team know, communicate, and let them know, like, hey, I'm coming in a little later because my flight landed at 2 a.m. And then also, too, let my supervisor and let the home team know. And then the last thing is plan for self care. I'm a big proponent of that. Earlier, I said pre audit. And pre audit, I also do that with self care. When I go on travel, especially for work, I make sure that I try to stay at the Embassy Suites. Embassy Suites is pound for pound one of the best hotels when you're traveling for work. If anybody's in the comments, leave a comment and let me know one of your favorite hotels. Not for personal use, but for business use. One of my favorite hotels is the Embassy Suites because it has a great gym. It got the best breakfast, hands down, with the omelets. You can't get better than that, and it's free. Usually got a pretty good pool. Also, too, the rooms are a lot bigger than your average hotel. So, yeah, usually the rooms are a lot bigger than your average hotel. They have a microwave, they have a fridge, they got a sink, so you can always go to like Walmart or whatnot, get food to not necessarily cook but reheat. What else? And they got the nightcap. I love the nightcap. You know, when you're working, especially on travel, you're gonna work harder than you ever will in the office. So a nice glass of wine is always good after work, especially when you're on travel, and you never know who you're gonna meet at the bar. So that's why I love the Embassy Suite. So when I so that's a part of self care is to you plan your logistics, and part of your logistics is staying at a nice hotel. So if I can't get not, I mean, I'm sorry. If I can't get an Embassy Suites, I'm staying at one of the hotels that got the kitchen. I forget what the Homewood Suites. I love those too, especially for work because, like I said, you could go on work, you could go on travel for work, and spend a lot of money eating out. Why would you want to do that? You could go ahead and get certain things, or usually when I go on travel, I might get Chinese food one day, eat half of it one day, heat up the rest the next day, keep it in the fridge. So, and like I said, the Embassy Suites has a gym. I love the gym. The gyms usually have a Stairmaster, Olympical, free weights. Going on travel for work and you have a per diem, you could come back gain 5 to 10 pounds easily. So you always want to make sure that you're staying healthy and staying stress free. Going on travel for work is extremely stressful at times, especially if you have a deadline. With this trip right here, I actually finished a little earlier, and we're going to drive back instead of flying because I'm tired of dealing with the airports. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and drive back instead of flying and take the documents that we have with us. What else? What else is a self care? Oh, usually I like to stay in a. If I'm not staying at the Embassy Suites, then I like to stay downtown. That's a part of self-care. I'm in Boston. Like, I do want to go see a Celtics game. I might go ahead and try to see a Celtics game. The location is a little farther, but I always try to make sure that I stay either downtown. If I can't stay downtown, then I'm staying next to a mall. Next to a mall, you could go get massages. You could go and you get to see the city and you kind of feel everything that's going on. So staying next to the mall, especially when you have coworkers, you get you don't have to drive everybody everywhere. Back in the day, when I was going on travel, we could get our own separate rental cars. Nowadays, companies are making employees share rental cars. With that being said, if you don't want to be around your coworkers too much, stay near a mall. Because you go to the mall, especially when it's walking distance, you could you don't have to be around anybody. You could just go do your own thing. Also, too, when I'm picking a hotel, I like to stay next to a LA Fitness or some sort of basketball. Like you said, like if you know me, follow my Instagram, ADE0224. Same thing as my YouTube. I love basketball. And even today, after this live stream, I'm going straight to the gym. Finish a little earlier. I'm gonna go straight to the gym. Not the one at the Embassy Suites, but I'm gonna go to LA Fitness and play some basketball. See what it looks like. I was just in Rhode Island. I actually hurt myself because I was cooking, I was frying, and a young dude was guarding me. Ended up hurting my knee, but that was a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to see how that goes. And that's pretty much it. Traveling during this government shutdown sucks. Expect delays, expect issues. Even when you're delayed, like even coming to Boston, my flight was delayed 1 hour. I knew that in advance. That was a plus because I ended up taking my time and saying, you know what? I'm going to get to the airport when I need to get there. But guess what happened? My flight was delayed, but then we had to stay on the tarmac for another hour. So a couple of weeks ago, Rhode Island, my flight was delayed 4 hours. This time heading to Boston, my flight was delayed 2 hours. Now I'm driving back, so we'll see how that gets to. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, man. Share the page out. Let's continue to grow. Subscribe with your troll account. Subscribe. Share it with your family. So if you need a tip, hit this page up. If you're going on travel, watch the video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, and let's continue to grow. Salute to Alonzo, man. I appreciate you, bro. Peace out.